So I wanted to do a quick update just so I have something to put on here. There's not too much to talk about. I am losing weight at like a reasonable speed, like not ridiculous, but like 4 or 5 pounds a month. So I'm excited because I finally hit 211, or I hit 211.6, but 212 was kind of my marker for the lowest weight I've been since the end of 2015. Because I know I weighed more than that at the beginning of 2016 when I went to Japan. So it's got to be the lowest weight since then. So yay! And I actually went on a hike with a friend yesterday. It was really nice, really pretty. Uh, I'm kind of busted today because we did conditioning training on Friday and then we did that hike yesterday, and we ended up going like 6 miles and climbing about 500 feet. So it was a pretty it was fairly significant. It was nice though because I felt like I was really I was keeping up with my friend really well. She's much more fit than I am, um, so that was nice. I didn't completely die going uphill, but it honestly I was fine until I sat down in the car, and then I got out and I was like, oh no, and I started stiffing up. But it was really bad last night. But today I'm doing better. But probably won't do swords tonight. I'll do it Wednesday instead. But yeah. Anyways, as far as things that are working, my sleep schedule is a bit off right now. That's throwing things off a little bit, but basically I'm doing my same breakfast every day. I'm trying to get 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day, probably a bit more on the fruit side, which is fine because like honestly a significant number of my carbs come from there, and that works just fine for me. And then I'll have just like breakfast is my regular pancakes, and then I'll have my coffee, and then for lunch I'll have like usually just like a plain meat and a fruit, which is fine because I don't like spending a lot of time thinking about lunch. And my lunch has been migrating like later and later in the day because usually my breakfast keeps me full for quite a while, and I was used to struggle with that where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna force myself to eat earlier, but then I'm like, well, if I want to eat dinner at like 9, I can eat lunch at like 5. So that's it. I don't know if everybody would call it lunch, but I've been eating lunch like really late in the day, and that works just fine for me. Um, oh, sleepy day. Trying to fix my sleep schedule, but so yeah, and then for dinner I try to like cook once or twice a week, so I have something that's a bit more done up for dinner. But usually that's still only like 400 calories. So I still usually end up having to eat a bit more than that because on the days I work out, usually I eat like 1,800 to 2,000 calories. On the days if I'm like completely don't work out, it tends to be more like 14 to 1,500 calories, maybe, yeah, 14 to 1,500. So yeah, for dinner, I still usually need more than like 400 calories. So I still tend to think of dinner as the bigger meal of the day. So usually try to eat like 700 or so calories. But yeah, that's basically it. So losing is still continuing. I always hit plateaus just based on what time of the month it is and everything like that. So that's to be expected. I should hopefully I'll lose a little bit more weight before the end of March. I would love to be around or below 210 by the end of March, although I think that's a little bit unlikely, but it would be nice. So we'll see how it goes. If it was, I'd be on a bit better trend for the summer because I would love to be below 200 by the time like actual summer is in swing, like June, not the July 22nd, but like in Texas by like June, I would love to be below 200, although probably more like July. So we'll see, and that's my really quick update. Not much to it. See you later.